testosterone has finally arrived. It didn't actually come in the mail. Unfortunately, the mail order service kind of dropped the ball on that one. So I ended up having them call and redirect my pharmacy order to a local pharmacy, and then I just went and picked it up there. That's okay. You know, sometimes that happens. The unavoidable or the unpredictable occurs, and you have to just fall back and regroup. So that's what we did. So I went to my local CVS and I picked it up there. And while I was there, I got this cool pouch to put my stuff in. And I'm going to go ahead and do a little walkthrough right now to show you guys what's in here. So initially I was going to do an unboxing with my pharmacy bags, but then I decided I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to wait. I was too excited. So I took everything apart and put everything in my new bag, and I'm going to walk you through it right now. So bear with me a second. Alright, so it's a zipper bag. It opens up like this. See? And then I have my alcohol prep pads and my very special band-aids that are just for me. My kids can't take them from me and use them. I don't anticipate needing band-aids, but you know, if you need a band-aid, you want to have a band-aid available. So alcohol pads, band-aids. Then we got, down here we got all the syringes. We got every syringe your heart could ever desire. We got, I can't remember what these are called. Hold on. 1 milliliter syringes. Lollll tip. So the tip of the syringe, I don't know if you can see it on this, but the tip of the syringe has the tip of the syringe has a screw thread on it, and that is so that you can attach the needle tips to the syringe. The bag has this cool little hanging thing that I don't anticipate needing, but you know, again, if you need it, you want to have it available. So there we go. Then we've got up here the drawing needle. It's a lot thicker and a lot more powerful than the little needles that I've got for the subdermal or subcutaneous. And then we've got the subcutaneous needles, which are a lot thinner. And then we've got my testosterone, but I'm going to hide all of my identifying information so you guys can't hunt me down. Testosterone! And the testosterone is just a little vial. It's just a little guy. See? Look how tiny this guy is. It's just a little guy. That's it. He's not even a whole hand length. It's just teeny tiny little guy. I'm so mind blown. This is the first time that I have seen my testosterone. So when it comes time, I'll walk you through how to do everything that we're going to do today. But when it comes time, we just, ooh, I dropped it. Pop off this lid, this red lid here, and there should be a rubber thing that you can stick the needle through to get to the testosterone that's in there. So yeah, we're going to walk through that in just a minute. And then the last thing that came with my kit is a sharps container. And the sharps container is really important because when you're finished with the needle, you take the needle tip off and put it in here, and then you can just throw away the syringe part. But then, you know, you've got sharp needles sticking out everywhere. You don't want them just hanging out where they can hurt somebody. So you put them in a sharps container, and then you can bring it back to the pharmacy and they will dispose of it, or you can, in the case of this particular sharps container, you can mail it back to the company and they'll dispose of it at the company. Alright, so I've got everything laid out and I'm ready to draw up the testosterone into the needle. Give me a second. First thing to do, pop off the cap. Just comes right off. And then this is the top. It's got a little rubber gauge thing in there that the needle goes into to pull out the fluid. Next, we got to actually open the syringes, open the needles that we're going to be working with. This is the drawing syringe, or the drawing needle. I'm going to take the needle off and attach it to my dosing syringe. It just screws right off. And this is my dosing syringe. And it screws right on there. Bingo, bango, Bob's your uncle. Next, we got alcohol prep pad. We open that bad boy up and sanitize the top of the vial. Just rub it for a minute. Just rub it. That's pretty good. Now, uncap the drawing needle. Insert the drawing needle into the vial. No, I skipped a step. First, we draw in some air. We're going to be pulling 0.2 milliliters of medicine. So we pull 0.2 milliliters of air. Now, we put it in the vial. We put it in exactly like that, just straight into it. Now that it's in there, push the extra air into the vial and take in the fluid. So we're going for 0.2. All right. Take that out. I saw a trick that another YouTuber said in their video. Pull a little bit of air into the syringe and it creates kind of a cap on the testosterone so that it can't just spill out. Now, cap that. Put that aside for a second. All right, next up, we open the injection needle, which you can see looks very different than the drawing needle. This is the drawing needle and this is the injection needle. It's going to be screwed onto the syringe like this. Unscrew that. Screw this on. And now we are ready to do the injection. Alright, we got a little different angle now. I am wearing my shorts, so I have easy access to my injection site. What we need to do is get a new prep pad to sanitize the skin. And then before I do this, I want to make sure I have my Band-Aid ready to go. So look at this cool design. Isn't that cool? All right. Band-Aid ready. Prep pad tearing. You can do subcutaneous shots on the front of your thighs, back of your arms, or in your belly. I don't want to have bruises on my belly, so I'm doing my thigh. We'll just do right here. Let that dry. I learned today it is the drying of the alcohol that actually sanitizes the skin. So it's important to let it air dry. And then if I've done this right, then we should be ready to roll. Okay. First thing you do is you pinch an inch. Let me get back here where you can see. All right. This is the subcutaneous needle. And then once it's in, you put some pressure on the plunger. There's going to be some resistance because the testosterone is very thick. But once it's in there, the air that was in the needle will act like a kind of plug and keep it from coming out. Then you just pull the needle right out. Always make sure that you cap it again. And then there might be a little bit of blood, probably not much. If you want to, you can hit that with the alcohol pad again, but it's not that important. And then Band-Aid, very important Band-Aid. Ta-da! Isn't that lovely? All right. Most crucial final step. Sharps container. Pop that lid off and you see that opening? That's designed to let the sharps go in and not come back out again. Unscrew your needle, pop it in there. Got the drawing needle, pop it in there. Make sure you get your lid back on. Want to make sure that lid is on tight so that no needles come out. Then you can just throw the rest of this junk away because you don't need it anymore. Because now you are full of testosterone. Well, not full of testosterone. That sounds really bad. Well, now you've got testosterone in you. Your work here is done. Without much further ado, this is day 1 of testosterone. Thank you for joining me today on this most momentous of days. Honestly, I kind of want to cry because it's been such a long time coming. In my entire life, I felt different, and now I have the tool that will help me feel the way, it'll help me look on the outside the way I feel on the inside, and it's overwhelming. So yeah, that's my first testosterone shot. I'm glad you could come with me. I probably didn't do a great job, but you know what? There's hundreds, if not thousands more left for the rest of my life every week. And I'm glad you could be with me for this one. Thanks.